Hello everyone, I'm Daisy Burman. I'm a doctoral fellow at the Center for the Study of Social Systems, JNU. I live in Delhi, but during this lockdown, I am in Assam, which is also my native state. But I'm in a different town than my hometown because I had come for my fieldwork in the beginning of this year, but I had to stop it in between because of the coronavirus outbreak, and therefore I am stuck here in this new town. Coming to the main point of this video, I had a long chat with the owner of this channel, Jyotirmay Das, when he proposed the idea of art in the time of lockdown. And I asked him, what do you mean by art? How do you define art? Or for instance, art for whom? And what are the forms of art we are talking about? So after discussion, we came to a consensus that art is not the monopoly of a cultural elite who propose to have some sort of perfection or mastery over it. I think art is democratic, or at best, art should be democratic. It should be for everybody. I'm not an artist, but I'm fond of art. Art has been a part of my life since my childhood, and the different forms of art that I have been attracted to throughout my life: music, dance, poetry, theater, and I try to keep them alive in me, not in a professional way, but for my sanity. And that's why I call this section Art for Sanity. Poetry has been the most significant form of art, and it's very close to my heart. I try to write poetry, and I think poetry has come for rescue in my life at different points of my life. So I'm thankful for the entire community of poets, or I'm thankful that there are so many genres of poetry that exist among us. Today I'm going to recite two of my poems that I had written during the lockdown. So during this lockdown, I had read a lot of poems, but I could write only like 5 or 6 of them. So I'm going to recite one which I had written in the beginning of the pandemic, when nothing was making sense, and all of us didn't know what to do and what's going to be next, and when is it going to be over. And the second poem that I'm going to recite is after a few months of the lockdown, when we kind of knew what kind of situation we are in, but we are still dwelling in that uncertainty, and we sometimes lose hope in the middle of the night, and we feel trapped. So in this pandemic, where we are confined within the 4 walls of our home, and I'm sure none of our mental labor is reduced, but I do believe, or most of us might have also observed, that the lockdown has given us a window to pause for a bit, or if not for longer, to stop and think. So I'm going to recite my first poem, which I wrote when it was so difficult for me to write. I mean, I was feeling all the feelings that I could feel at that point of time, but it was so difficult for me to put them in words. And one fine night, when I was thinking about it, I realized I should write about this difficulty. I should write about this blockage I'm experiencing. So I wrote this poem. It's called Writing. Lately, it has been a trying time, with sensation, with words, with this jigsaw puzzle of writing. I asked myself at every dawn why the raindrops fail to weave a tangled cadence of a mandolin, or to sketch an ebauche of a lighthouse by the sea. Perhaps what a poet needs is a cup full of agony and a few muffins of corn decorated on a porcelain salver, as fragile as the human heart, as dangerously captivating as the outcry of my first love. Lately, my heart has been in a vacation. Cherries and strawberries, rivers and trees, a heart pounding of lies and smiles, too clear and too deep. So it was a struggle for writing, a ruckus in a words on sale, yet out of stock abyss. Perhaps all a poet needs, failures and unthought feelings, a numbing pain on the chest and a mind full of what ifs. To triumph over this wedge of scavenging alphabets and bleeding emotions in the trying time of writing. So this was the poem, one of the poems that I had written during the lockdown, and now I'm going to recite the other one which I had written after we had already experienced lockdown for a few months, and I see it as a halt. I see the lockdown as a halt on all our lives. So I write, halt. Does it end? The sheer sight, the aging leaf, the crumbling dream. When does it vanish? The wired mouth, the sculpted spirit, the adrift feet. Someday soon, when the sky turns red at midnight. Sometime soon, when the lambs go home in the afternoon. When the owl on that oak tree yawns in the evening, and the crickets in the backyard choose not to sing. Someday, on your canvas or on mine. Yeah, this poem reflects of some kind of pessimism that this uncertainty looks never ending, and it's just a reflection of a poet's midnight thoughts or late night thoughts. Thank you for listening to me. I know poetry does not cater to everyone, and it's a very specific form of taste that people develop. And I'm going to end this video saying that although I agree with the argument that expressing your creativity and in the form of art during this pandemic is also for the privileged, because people who don't have to fight for the food on their plate or the roof over the head. But also we cannot overlook how art has contributed in comforting our restless minds during this trying time, and how it has contributed to bring about some kind of sanity, some kind of happiness when the entire world is not sure what will happen in the next moment, or there is nothing we can actually look forward to right now. So how the lockdown has also taught us through art to live in this moment, and the value of human interest, the value of human ideas, and how fascinating it is that we develop so many different kinds of taste when it comes to art, and it's so minutely different for everyone, yet we are all connected by this greater concept of art. And thank you so much for listening to me. And yeah, so art is for everybody. Art is for everybody's sanity. Keep singing, keep cooking, keep doing whatever form of art that you think you feel for or you feel home at. And yeah, thank you.
Hello everyone, that was Daisy Berman who shared her experiences of the lockdown, and she explained her relationship with art, how art has been a crucial influence in her work, in her life, in everything she does. So when I thought about this idea, about this video series, art in the time of lockdown, I discussed it with few of my friends, around 4 or 5 friends of mine, and they all appreciated the idea. They encouraged me. They said it's good, you should do it. Then Daisy was the one who, when I asked them to contribute video of this performing any art and explaining how their experiences have been during this lockdown. So Daisy was quite apprehensive of sending a video. She was like, I am not an artist. What should I send? How do I, what do I perform? So I then told her that what I feel, that art is not for only a privileged class or a few elites. Art could be for everyone, even a person who toils hard in the field, growing paddy, wheat, anything. Even for that person, art can be very influential. Art can be an important part of that person's life. So why not we talk about democratizing art? Why we only think that it's a monopoly or it's a prerogative of a certain class of people? So then she got like, yeah, let's do this. Why not? Art could be for everyone. So that was it. So then then we started discussing more about how certain factors are necessary for creating something. Like, one has to be well settled economically, and people who are not very well off, for them managing just 2 meals a day can be a very big task. So, but still, art has a role to play in everyone's life. So thank you for being with us. We'll soon come out with our next episode. Till then, please follow us. And if you have any thoughts, any comments on this video or the entire series, please write them down on the comment box. Also, do like and subscribe the channel. Thank you.